So I was scrolling through Steam the other night, as everyone does, instead of playing the hundreds of games they actually own, and I saw something that I truly never imagined I would see on Steam. Disney Infinity. I mean, what? I thought this game was like 15 years old and completely forgotten about. I thought this game required you to collect all these little toy characters, which I, of course, have like 50 of. Regardless, I had to buy it. Specifically the 1.0 edition, because that was the one that me and my brother played the most. And today I'm going to play it and see if it's still the really great game that I used to love and how it even works on PC, and conclude on whether or not you need to play it. Let's begin with a quick look back on the original Disney Infinity for some context. Toys to Life was a video game trend started in the early 2010s, most prominently by Activision's Skylanders. The idea was that you buy this real-life plastic figurine, and it has a sensor in it that, when placed on the base connected to your console, would make this character you own in real life appear and be playable in-game. Nowadays, I see this and I'm like, wow, what a great way to make infinite money. I mean, getting kids to buy, first of all, the starter game and base and starter characters, then collect more and more characters as they come out, that's genius. It's also pretty greedy from a game standpoint. It's literally hiding content behind paywalls and specifically marketing it towards kids, which is not a great thing to do. But on the other hand, as a kid, I thought this was super cool. I collect figures now, and I've always been interested in collecting figures, and there is something to be said about how cool it was to have all these little characters and be able to transport them to the game. Sure, it was manipulative and greedy, but it only worked because it was a really cool idea that I did genuinely enjoy as a kid. So Skylanders was the big one, and Disney Infinity was simply Disney's way of trying to cash in on this trend. It's essentially the exact same idea. Buy the little Disney characters and play with them in the game. There were also specific single-player missions, essentially story modes, locked behind these figures, or special character-specific minigames. As Disney fans already, this was perfect for me and my brother. We had the 1.0 on the Wii, which is where we had most of our playtime. We eventually got a Wii U, where we still played 1.0, but it just had more storage and stuff. Disney followed up 1.0 with 2.0 and 3.0 editions, which added more characters like Marvel and Star Wars, but if I'm being honest, I really don't remember those ones too much because I didn't play them tons. 1.0 was really my jam. My brother and I would take turns playing the awesome single-player content like Pirates of the Caribbean themed ship battles, or saving the city as Mr. Incredible. We'd play the silly mini-games like the battling arenas where you just fight onslaughts of enemies that were sometimes really powerful and unfair. There was obstacle courses, an entire toy box mode where we built our own world with a racetrack and forest and tons of other cool things. Despite a lot of content being hidden behind paywalls, this game did have a lot of content, from what I remember. Most characters were unique, with different movesets and minigames. Some had very similar movesets, which was kind of annoying, but most of our favorites had some unique aspects. As a whole, I look back on this game with some of the fondest memories of any game that I played with my brother in our childhood. It's up there with a game like Minecraft for me, so it's really special to me, even if it's not anything special when you compare it to a lot of other video games. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. So eventually the Toys to Life trend died out. Skylanders is gone, LEGO Dimensions is gone, Infinity is gone, and it's never gonna come back. I mean, Nintendo still has their amiibos, but I feel like everyone who collects these, myself included, just want them for the figure, not really the usability. So you can imagine I was surprised to see Disney Infinity on Steam. I mean, how does this even work? Well, the Steam version is Disney Infinity 1.0 Gold Edition, which, as far as the description reads, seems like it comes with every character and once paywalled item just in-game for free. Which is really cool, actually. I'm glad they did that. I got it on sale for like $10, so it seems like a steal to me. But there's still a lot of questions I have, so let me actually boot this game up and see what's going on. First things first, when you boot up the game, you get this opening cutscene about imagination, and I honestly completely forgot about it until it happened. It is nostalgia overload, and it pretty much just introduces a lot of the characters you'll see in-game. Or I guess incentivizes you to buy them was the original idea. And first impressions, the graphics and quality of this intro is honestly pretty impressive. I think it's because I'm used to playing this game on my Wii or Wii U, where graphics and frame rates are expected to be bad, and they are, so to see it running well and actually looking pretty good is really cool. I mean, nothing is crazy impressive, but it looks great for the time it came out. And runs great too. I have a pretty low-end PC, and load times and everything were so much faster than I remember. So performance-wise, it was off to a great start. The narrator is still pretty annoying, but it's a fun little playable cutscene to start things off. Once you're done with that, it's into the actual game, where there are a couple options presented to you. There's the adventure modes, which are the single player story missions based on certain franchises within Infinity. Honestly, I thought there were more of these, but there's only 6, and I'm pretty sure I played all of them as a kid. Incredibles, Monsters University, Pirates of the Caribbean, Cars, The Lone Ranger, which is a super odd pick of all the franchises in this game, and Toy Story. I'll try some of these out later, but awesome that they are all included. Next was the Toy Box, which is, as I already said, where I had the most fun. This is where you can build your own maps and play all the little mini games, that kind of stuff. And lastly was the exclusive to the Gold Edition option, Virtual Base, which is really just referring to a virtual version of the Infinity Base that you used to need to put the figures on. Here you can easily swap between every single character in the game, and this is honestly just so cool. Sure, it does defeat the fun of actually collecting the figures, but since I already have a lot of them and I don't want to spend money on more, I think it's great. It's super easy to do, and I know that the real life figures are essentially worthless now, but it's awesome that you can get the complete game with all the complete characters for so cheap. It even includes these special Crystal Edition versions of some characters that allow for better abilities and faster experience gain, even if they do look pretty silly. And furthermore, it also includes all the extra tiles you could collect that would give you new unique items from less popular Disney franchises, or new backdrops, new vehicles, new weapons. I legitimately had a blast looking through all of these things and seeing some of the cool things that are in here. As a Disney theme park enjoyer, there's some awesome things to use in-game. Although, if I'm gonna be nitpicky, they did not include the character circular discs that could give your guy special abilities and would go underneath them. I know we had one that gave you a shield sometimes, or one that gave you more damage sometimes. It is a minor thing, but I do wish they were there. So now, in the Toy Box mode, I remember why Disney Infinity is so peak. In what other game can you be Davy Jones driving Mike's new car through the post-apocalyptic Earth from WALL-E? There's genuinely so much potential with the Toy Box now that all the items are here. You have so many options when it comes to cool buildings or unique obstacles and such that I'm sure you could create some really neat things in here. I had a lot of fun looking at all the things I know I was jealous of not having as a kid, and listening to Daft Punk, of course. But anyways, a side note, as I kinda expected, the items that you need to unlock in the adventure modes are not automatically unlocked. So you do still need to play those to get all the items, which does make sense, I suppose. So it was off to a great start. I think the actual world construction in the Toy Box is about as perfect as you could want it to be. But now we arrive at the downsides. First of all, the biggest negative to this entire game, there is no multiplayer. I understand this. This game is not going to sell like crazy, so it's probably a much larger hassle than it's worth. But online multiplayer in Disney Infinity would be so amazing. It would be an actual selling point of this game that isn't just nostalgia. I would genuinely try and convince my friends to buy it and play it with me just for the silly minigames. So yeah, that sucks. I wasn't really expecting it, but it would be a game changer if it was there. Speaking of the minigames though, this one is weird. They don't have any of the minigames. There's 10 to choose from, and not even some of the classic ones, like the fighting arena. It's all character-specific ones, but they're not all there. They're missing Mickey's really fun obstacle course, Woody's horse racing that's super janky, but really fun. Literally, my brother and I played this game a month ago, and we played all these minigames, and now they're just not in here. This was disappointing. I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that there is no multiplayer. I don't know, but either way, I sucked it up and I played Vanellope's Racing, because at least I still had this one. And oh my god, the cars in this game are quite bad. But I still won, so woo! Yeah, let's go. Alright, time to move on to the bulk of the single player content in Disney Infinity, the story modes. Are these actually any good? Well, I started out with the Pirates of the Caribbean one, and this one I genuinely enjoyed. I just love the vibes of the Pirates movies and ride as a whole, so I think this was bound to happen. You start like rowing away from this town being destroyed by Davy Jones. Then you need to rescue Gibbs, then buy a ship, and then sail that ship across the sea. It's exactly what you would want from a pirate adventure. I mean, it's nothing incredible. You're really just running around and collecting things, shooting some people, doing some parkour. But it's fun. Like, it's not gonna blow your mind, but it's not a bad experience to just play around with for a little bit and enjoy. I'd honestly recommend it to anyone who loves the Pirates movies as much as I do. The gameplay loop of seeing a container or chest that you want to collect and then finding a way to it and getting that reward, of which there are many across even just this little starting pirate town, is really fun. It's like any 3D platformer collect-a-thon. Sure, the combat and platforming could be a little better, but it's still fun, and I love the theming of it, so I was fully entertained for the duration I was playing. Next, I wanted to try one more, so I did the Incredibles one, which was also kind of fun. A lot more combat focused, but the combat is somewhat satisfying, and the Incredibles characters have a lot of fun abilities. Also, the entire city is destructible, which makes it that much more fun as well. I like the Pirates one more, but I do think that's just because I like Pirates as a franchise more. All of these adventure modes are about on the same level. And that was about all I tried for the Steam release of Disney Infinity 1.0. So what are my honest thoughts? Is it worth it for new players or old ones? Did I just enjoy it because of nostalgia? I'll give my honest take here. I do think the nostalgia and happy memories I have with this game did make it that much more fun. If I had no connection to this game and with no multiplayer, I really don't know if I'd have too much fun with it. I think the lack of multiplayer makes the whole toy box mode a lot less fun, because a big part of it was playing it with other people, racing against your friends, building an obstacle course to complete with your friends, just having an all-out war with helicopters and cannons in a world that you made. Those were the most fun parts. So it was fun to mess around with for a little bit, but I really don't think I'm gonna end up building too much, if I'm being honest with myself. However, if you want to play the story mode, I do think this is a great way to do it. Better controls, better graphics, better load times, it feels like the definitive way to play them. If you want a fun collect-a-thon experience that really isn't too hard and want to see or play as some of your favorite characters from these franchises, yeah, I think this could be worth it. I genuinely am going to try and beat the Pirate story mode because it was pretty fun. So if you can pick up Disney Infinity 1.0 on sale for like $10, then I think it's a pretty good deal to have all these characters and all these single player campaigns that you used to have to pay for separately. I really do love this game, despite it not being a great game. So it was 100% worth it for me. And if you're watching this, I do assume you have some sort of connection to Disney Infinity, so you'd probably enjoy it a lot too. There is also the 2.0 and 3.0 gold editions on Steam, so if those are your favorites, you could pick them up too. Their story modes are probably a little bit more complex than 1.0's, so they might actually be more fun. Perhaps I will do a review on them as well. Either way, thank you for watching this kinda review, kinda retrospective on Disney Infinity and its Steam release. That has been there for like 5 years, but I just noticed, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in another video.